Hello and welcome to Ottawa in the Know. I'm your host, Julie Findlay, and I've got a great hour ahead. You're not going to want to leave your seat. Up first, oh my goodness, in October, the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino is turning pink for a great cause. As part of their 26th annual Pinktober campaign, they're honoring Breast Cancer Awareness Month in the sweetest way. And here to tell us all about it is the president of Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Christine Crump, and Sam, their favorite mixologist. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us, Julie.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you very much.
Pinktober, this has been an annual event that you've taken part of, an initiative. Tell us about it.
Yes, so this is Hard Rock's annual campaign to support breast cancer, 26th year. In those 26 years, we've raised over $13 million globally.
That's amazing.
Yes, globally, our Hard Rock cafes and hotels and casinos all contribute and participate, and we'll go through a couple of the items today, from the bar and the mixology to the pastries to some of the meals, and of course our merchandise.
Well, I was just going to say that you have had so much fun with this campaign. You can see it everywhere. Everybody can be online. The merchandise is there, and it's just a lot of fun, and everybody's given to a great cause.
It is, for sure. And this year we've actually we've partnered with Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition.
Wow.
So we've got some of the models that have been doing some of the merchandise, photos, and it really has been a great campaign so far.
Yeah, and I do love the merchandise, just to show that. Like, that's gorgeous and lovely. And of course, a portion of that goes to the cause.
It definitely does, yes.
Okay, so we're going to talk more about that, but I love the mixology. So you came up with some cocktails during this month.
Yeah, so we're going to make the Lady Rosette today. That is my original cocktail, and it's made in honor of breast cancer awareness. So we're going to get into it. I'll talk you through some of the ingredients. This is the idea for this is originated from a cocktail from the early 20th century called the Pink Lady. And this is a gin-based cocktail with a bit of elderflower liqueur.
You can actually smell it. It's really nice.
The elderflower comes across right away. This is a big element of the pink. There are two pink elements in here. This is a homemade pink peppercorn syrup. So I work at the Council Oak Bar. That's the bar, it kind of flanks the casino and supports the restaurant.
So definitely everyone at home, go see Sam. He'll talk you through it, just in case you didn't get an opportunity to hear that.
So I put a couple dashes of grapefruit bitters in there. I'm going to put a bit of egg whites in. This is a meringue-based cocktail, so you're going to get a bit of a creamy mouthfeel and
that's lovely.
A nice appearance. Some fresh lemon juice in there. The other pink element that I hearken to there is some dried hibiscus, a really nice way to bring pink into a drink in a natural way.
And over the month, you've had some good response with this cocktail.
Really, yeah, it's sold really well. And my idea with this, of course, was that I wanted it to be as approachable as possible because we want it to sell. We want to be able to donate as much as possible. And so the last element you see me adding there, that's vanilla yogurt, again, to amp up that creamy mouthfeel. But it's also an element people are comfortable with. Most people have experience with yogurt, but maybe not in their cocktails. So I thought it would be a fun inclusion. So you're going to see me make the drink without ice. That's a dry shake. That's because we have the egg whites, and we want to essentially whip them and create that meringue with a little bit of emulsification.
Oh my gosh. While he's doing that, this is not just going to be served at his bar. That will be throughout some of the other bars as well?
So this one is specific to Council Oak.
Okay.
And then we also have one that is served at Hard Rock Cafe as well.
Okay.
And we have both the alcoholic and the mocktail version at both.
Oh, that's lovely. No, that's great. Just tell viewers at home how many different sort of restaurants and cafes that they can take in, because honestly, everyone at home, if you just go to the Hard Rock, you will spend the entire day there. It's lovely, bright, lots of entertainment, everything going on.
You definitely can. We have one more we're going to open in the middle of December called UU, and once that's open, we'll have 10 restaurants and bars at the facility.
Yeah.
And of course, Sam's there 5 days a week, so you can see Sam at the Council Oak Bar.
Come and see me.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's just talent in itself.
100%.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that. What did you garnish the glass with?
Yeah, so the glass is garnished with a pink peppercorn and hibiscus dust, a little bit of flaked gold in there for the kind of amp up the luster of the drink. Yeah, really good for aroma when it comes to your mouth for the first time, and it looks nice.
Oh my gosh, that does look beautiful.
So you're seeing the pink there, and you're seeing that creamy appearance is coming from the egg white and the yogurt.
So you have had this campaign running for how long?
Since October 1st,
Yeah.
we've had the campaign running. Of course, we have the merchandise in the Rock Shop, and then we also have a general donation bin at the main entrance. So some of our guests have been able to donate also. Our local campaign, we would love to raise $10,000. That's what we donated last year. If we could raise more, that would be incredible.
Absolutely.
But for sure, we want to get to that goal again, and we're about halfway there.
That's great. Well, just while he's doing that, just remind viewers if they want to shop online, how easy is that?
Yes, you can go to the Hard Rock website, Hard Rock Ottawa. You can actually go to the Hard Rock International website as well, and we've got a full assortment of the merchandise there. And there's lots of options.
Oh,
so.
yeah. No, I've already done some shopping. And I will be there this weekend, but I'll tell everybody why later.
Yes.
This is delicious over here. Tell me a little bit about this. This is so sweet, literally.
I know. Our pastry team is incredible. Alma has set this up for us here today. So this one in particular, this is actually served out of our Council Oak Steakhouse. And this is the raspberry cheesecake.
Oh, my gosh.
Served with ice cream. These two options here are actually served from our Constant Grind. It's essentially our coffee shop.
Yeah, it's delicious in there.
And this is a pink eclair, and this one here is a pink strawberry rhubarb mousse cake.
Okay, how many have you tried of these?
All of them.
Okay. I was hoping you'd say that because I definitely will get a chance to do that. So if everybody wants to take part in the month, let's just say, did you do your non-alcoholic one
No,
too?
yeah.
Let's try that. We have a minute left. Let's
Sure.
show everybody the
Great.
mocktail one that you have.
Yeah, so I'm just going to finish that off, and essentially we've omitted the spirits, of course, the grapefruit bitters. We've kept the yogurt to bring along that creamy mouthfeel for those having a mocktail. We're going to go over a little bit there. That's happens
the fun of it.
sometimes
Yeah,
with
it sure
effervescent
is.
drinks.
Yes.
But yeah, and we've added a little bit of grapefruit juice to that. And yeah, we're retaining the elderflower because we have a nice elderflower tonic. So
This is
yeah, another great rendition of the drink if you're not imbibing in alcohol. So
Yeah, you definitely, on this one table itself is Pinktober. Everyone at home, make sure you go to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino for the month of October. If you don't get a chance to go there, you can shop online. We'll be up next with our next guest.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV Channel 22. I'm Jillian Turman. Autumn Magic takes over the log farm at 670 Cedarview Road until October 31st, and families can hardly wait. The 3-acre corn maze invites adventurous explorers, while 15-minute wagon rides through Maple Woods offer cozy fall views and silly scarecrows to spot. Kids can feed and pet-friendly animals, play in the kids' barn, and climb hay play structures. There's even an enchanted forest. Visitors can pick their own pumpkins, browse mums, straw bales, corn stalks, and wander until full fall wonderment is found. Visit thelogfarm.com for details. To have your community news or event listed on our website, please go to rogerstv.com, click on events, and post your event. That's it.
The human brain. It can still leave us completely mystified. Do you see something?
Hidden cameras are all over the place.
She's experiencing Truman Show syndrome. The patient has no control over his own arm.
Says here he's non-speaking.
Non-speaking is just a symptom of something bigger. Question is what?
I know you're not a real doctor.
You're right. I just play one on TV.
Relive the magic of Music and Beyond, where classical music meets art, culture, and unforgettable live performances. Only on Rogers TV. Don't miss a note.
Welcome back, but always my favorite spot of Ottawa in the Know is in the kitchen, and our next guest is just the powerful, going to speak about the powerful a good meal can be. Tim Barton, the culinary manager of Shepherds of Good Hope. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here, and thank you for telling us about the exciting new direction that you're taking at Shepherds of Good Hope.
Yeah, so I just brought a peanut butter and jam sandwich here, and the reason I brought that was to highlight sort of what Shepherds was originally in 1983. Father Jack Heffernan just started. He saw a need to give people food. There were people going around his church, and he said, you know what, I'm just going to start making some sandwiches for people who are in need. And it has literally evolved from, and a couple of people jumping in to help out. Now we are the organization that we are today. We have 6 buildings around the city, the shelter, community housing, and we've got the highlight of our of Shepherds is the new building at 216, and we have 48 rooms upstairs. We have our drop-in kitchen, the community, the soup kitchen downstairs, and we're also preparing the food for the majority of the buildings around the city as well. So we're a busy little kitchen.
Yes, you are, and that's probably where I got a little jumbled in the words, because over 40 years you have been making sure that you take care of all of the vulnerable people in our city.
That's true.
It is around the city. So from the small group of volunteers, you've built up the team a little bit. Can you tell us how
that's right.
looking?
We now have our executive chef, Peter Garreau, and myself and 2 other associates, Stephen LaSalle and Chef Matt, have joined the team. And we bring, if I may so say myself, a wealth of knowledge from the industry. Prior to us coming on board, it was very volunteer, and our employees, our frontline worker, that were driving the food program. Now we've got a very intentional program that really highlights nutritional balance. And you'll see with the meal that I have today, in addition to the nutritional balance, the importance of food recovery and what we do at Shepherds. We have 2 vehicles on the road, 5 to 6 days a week, that are picking up food from different operations around the city. And the chicken I have here, it's a piri-piri chicken. The piri-piri sauce was donated from a restaurant. The chicken was donated from a grocery store. The root vegetables that I have is a combination of from our Hope Garden. We have a garden that grows our vegetables in the summertime. Also some donations with our lentils from the food bank, and the chickpeas are from a food drive. So when we say it takes a community, it really does, and that is sort of the backbone of what we're trying to provide at Shepherds, is getting the community involved, working with local restaurants, hotels, and food vendors around the city, and everyone coming together, because there's so much food that can be captured that we're missing out on. And our chef Peter is really driving that to make sure we've got a program that can bring the food from people to us. And then with us coming on board, we do so in a way that focuses on the nutritional balance that feeds the body. We also focus on feeding the spirit. We have the supportive staff that are there to really embrace people and help them on their journey. From what we do every day, it starts with a nice full belly and nutritional balance.
And with you came on board just a year ago, and you're already making such a big difference. What was your background, and what do you feel like you've brought to Shepherds?
So I'm chef and general manager background. I'm a graduate of Algonquin Food and Hospitality Program a couple years ago now. And I branched out. I went to the Banff Springs Hotel, and I did my apprenticeship out there, and then came back to Ottawa and a bunch of different places around the city of Ottawa. I was a chef at the High Steakhouse for a little while, the Ottawa Marriott Hotel, had my own little wine bar for a few years. And so I've got a pretty vast resume that can really help drive this food program forward, as do my co-workers, Chef Stephen and Matt. They are respective in their own right, also very, very skilled and have outstanding resumes. And together we're bringing a lot of intent and love and passion into really bringing this program in a very food-driven, intentional format.
Well, you're making a delicious meal right now. What are you making?
So I've got a piri-piri chicken. Piri-piri is sort of an African spicy sauce, again, donated from a local restaurant. And we've just slowly cooked it in with some chicken thighs. We've braised that overnight. We have fantastic technology in our new kitchen at 216. For those who are in the know, Rationale ovens are very very technologically advanced. There's a lot of engineering in them, and we have a few of those there. So we can do things like braise this chicken overnight, and then we've also braised the lentils. So I'll just do a little bit of the...
How do you braise lentils?
So we'll put them in and submerge them in a lot of liquid, and then we just slowly, you bring them up to a boil, and then you put them in the oven, and you let them sit there, well, as we'll say as chefs, until they're done.
Until they're done, yes,
yeah.
definitely.
But there's, with meat proteins like the chicken, we have thermometers that go into them, and the oven will let us know when it's complete, and it's brought up to the internal temperature. For chicken, it's 165 degrees for 15 seconds. If we're reheating, it's 165 degrees for 15 seconds. And we'll make sure that we're respecting the food temperature zones to make sure that it's a good, healthy meal. And certainly with the food that's donated, we have to respect those food safety zones.
Absolutely.
And we have the technology we get a lot of food from hotels around the city. And when we're reheating the scrambled eggs, we have these ovens can steam them. So they're still nice and light and fluffy. And the potatoes, and in 5 to 6 minutes, the eggs are reheated and nice and light and fluffy. Then we can go into the potatoes. It'll get dry heat right away, so the bacon's crispy, the sausages are nice and hot. We've got it down, and they're getting, I mean, we're a little biased, but we think as good a breakfast experience as anywhere in the city. So.
That's amazing. And how many people are you feeding, would you say? How many meals are you making?
We're on average about 900 to 1,000 meals a day. When we are doing the full gambit of all the supportive housing buildings, we'll be doing anywhere from 1,500 to 1,800 meals a day.
Yeah, and I do love that the four of you are together because you come from a vast background.
That's right.
So we have about a minute left. What can people at home do to help your program move it
well,
forward?
if you're interested in coming down and volunteering, you can go to sghottawa.com, so shepherdsgoodhopeottawa.com. You can fill out the questionnaire and the information through the forms on the website. You'll work with our volunteer coordinator, and you can fill out where you'd like to go, if you'd like to help on the supportive housing side, if you'd like to help in the kitchen. And if you ever want to, if you're a restaurant or hotel around the city, please reach out to Chef Peter. That's pgaro@sghottawa.com. Send him an email, and we make it very, very easy for everyone. We pick up the food from you. You just put it in pans that we provide for you, and we'll pick it up in a refrigerated vehicle and take care of that. So.
That is so fantastic. Thank you so much for joining the show.
It's my absolute pleasure.
Thank you for letting us know how we can help. Up next, we will have the program manager from the Shepherds of Good Hope telling us all we need to do.
Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV, Channel 22. I'm Ramon DeFranco. The Ottawa Public Library is hosting the 2025 Ottawa Book Awards on Saturday, November 15th at 7 p.m. Winners will be announced in a public ceremony at the Meridian Theaters at Centerpoint. The awards showcase both English and French works that explore themes of identity, history, family, and societal change. Finalists each receive $1,000, while winners will be awarded $7,500. This event represents an important moment to honor local literary talent and the stories that share. Full details are available at ottawa.ca or by scanning the QR code on screen. To have your community news or events listed on our website, please go to rogerstv.com, click on events, and post your event. That's it.
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
Hi, I'm Meg, and this is Fit Findlay. Join me for Season 3 of Fit Over 50 with Meg, exclusively on Rogers TV. You're going to love the workouts that I lead you through. We're going to be using resistance bands, weights, your own body weight, and a chair. These workouts are for people over the age of 50, but no matter what age you are, you're going to love them. I can't wait to see you then.
Hello and welcome back to Ottawa in the Know. Our next guest is going to discuss specifically how Shepherds of Good Hope is meeting the changing needs of Ottawa's most vulnerable residents. Welcome, very much welcome, Megan Hartley to our show. You've got a big job and big shoes to fill. Tell us what your role is at the Shepherds of Good Hope.
Absolutely, thank you so much. I'm the Director of Philanthropy with Shepherds of Good Hope, so I get the privilege of helping lead the fundraising team, and we get the privilege of really going out into the community and engaging the community and helping us serve our clientele, our guests, our residents, and raising money to make those programs possible.
Yeah, so speaking of residents, it's not just one location that you have in the city. Yeah,
so I think a lot of people know Shepherds by our emergency services, the community kitchen, which Chef Tim talked about, but also our emergency overnight shelter. But the reality is Shepherds is far greater than that. We actually have 6 supportive housing buildings across our city that offer a continuum of care. So, you know, individuals who might be almost able to live independently, all the way up to individuals who need a lot more care and services that our staff can provide 24/7. So we actually house more people permanently than we have staying in our shelter every night.
Yeah, which is good for viewers to know because you are doing a lot in our city and a lot of very good work. So that takes a lot of work from our community. You have a campaign that you're running this fall. Tell us what that is.
Yeah, so we're really excited to share Crystal's story. The tagline for our campaign is "It takes a community to make a family," and that's really the truth of what happens at Shepherds. Crystal's mom experienced some substance use challenges, and Crystal tried everything she could to find her a permanent place. She was knocking on all the right doors, but just couldn't find a place for her mom to live. She brought her mom into her own home, but because of her struggles, it was just too much for her family to take on. And she made that gut-wrenching decision and brought her to the doors of the emergency shelter at Shepherds, which, as you can imagine,
is just open. It's open.
It is. We're there to help people when they need it most. Right? And regardless of where they are in their journey, we're here to meet them where they're at and take them in. And a little bit down the road, we were able to make that exciting call to Crystal and offer her mom a place in one of our supportive housing residents. Which is life-changing. You can start to sit back and feel more confident in the direction that your loved one's life is going.
Because all of us want to take care of our loved ones regardless the best way we can.
Absolutely.
But luckily you have programs that definitely support people who are having struggles, whether it's temporary or long-term. Speaking of which, can you speak to a little bit of your programming and let viewers know what you're offering?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, we have our emergency shelter, which is often one of the first points of contact. If someone doesn't have somewhere to go at night, they can come, they can have a bed for the evening. The same thing with our community kitchen. We're open not just to people who are currently experiencing homelessness, but to those who might be experiencing more food insecurity. They might have an apartment but not be able to make their paycheck last till the end of the month to afford those groceries. So we also see those kind of individuals coming in and using our food services. Yes, that's right downtown. And then, as I mentioned, we have our supportive housing. And these are the programs that are really exciting to me. We have a lot of different services. We have harm reduction services, like our managed alcohol program, to try and help people just get their drinking under control and live a more stable life. We have frontline workers who are just working day and night to help people reach those goals that they're setting themselves. So there's no prescribed journey when you enter the doors of Shepherds. It's we meet you where you're at and we work with you to determine what your goals are and how we're going to help get you there.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I know a lot of viewers at home would like to know how they could help you help them.
Well, I love that question because we've had a few challenges with the mail strike, and mail is a huge way that our community does show their support to us. So I would love to encourage people to go online and visit our website. They can watch Crystal's story there. You can hear Crystal tell it in her own words. Or you can give us a call. We can accept donations over the phone. And if you're really brave, you can throw that mail into the mailbox and it will get to us eventually.
No, I think people could even make it down to one of your locations
for
too
sure.
and drop it off too. So The impacts of Shepherds of Good Hope over the years, you've seen some changes, and what are some of the favorite changes that you've seen?
I think the biggest one for me is seeing this. A few years ago, we finally hit a huge milestone, and that was we had more people living in our supportive housing than we did in our emergency shelter each night. And that wasn't because of a reduction in emergency services. It's because we've been able to continue building new residents and housing more people. And we've only been able to do that because of community support. So, you know, whether people are supporting through annual donations or attending any of our events, all of that money is going directly into our programming, and we're seeing this big shift in being able to provide those long-term and more permanent solutions to helping our city end homelessness.
Yeah, and I think what people need to recognize too is that monetary donation goes far further when given to you, because you sort of have that buying power and you have all the connections that make these programs make a difference.
Absolutely. You know, we can take a donation and leverage it. I think, you know, Chef Tim talks about our food rescue program. And so they're able to use those monetary donations to buy food to supplement what we already have. We buy in large bulk quantities. When you're feeding 1,000 meals a day, you're ordering large. So we can really stretch those donations and amplify the impact that every dollar has.
Yeah, definitely. So when you're expanding the programs, what are you keeping in mind? Is there a different need that has sort of popped up, or you just feel that it's a constant that you've got the programs going?
Yeah, we're always trying to be innovative. We know the causes of homelessness and what people are experiencing in our city is changing on an ongoing basis, and sometimes quite rapidly. So we're trying to always be one step ahead in the programs and service we offer, but also not duplicating what our companion services in the social sector are offering. So when we know somebody else is doing employment programming really well, we know that's not our area of focus. So we want to focus on the area of our expertise and continue building for what we might need in the next 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So everyone at home can make sure they could try Canada Post, but they can go online, make a donation, and of course have that conversation with you on what they can do in the future. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Up next is a guest that's going to help us with our careers moving forward. Stay tuned.
Think it's okay to drive high? Think again. Drug-impaired driving is as illegal as drunk driving, and in Ontario, the penalties are the same. If police suspect you're driving under the influence of drugs of any kind, or a combination of drugs and alcohol, and you fail a roadside test, your license will be suspended immediately for up to 30 days. You'll pay a penalty of $198. And you can be charged with a criminal offense of impaired driving, the same as alcohol. Driving high is never okay.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Are you a content creator looking to expand your audience and make your voice heard in your community? Rogers TV wants to provide you with a platform to share your hobbies, interests, and stories for free. Visit us to find out more.
Hi, we're the Biggs and Bar Show from Shea 106.
And we finally got a decent advertising budget for our morning show.
Let's see what our team spent all the money on.
What do you think?
I have some thoughts.
Put it in your ears. The Biggs and Bar Show with Pasty Jamie on Shea 106.
If you love Italy, love Italian food, come take a wild ride with me.
It's eating dirty, baby.
This is Ben Weiss of the Historical Society of Ottawa. Join us for a new series here on Rogers TV, where we explore Ottawa's fascinating history, the people, places, and events that shape the city we live in today. Join us as we go time traveling exclusively on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Ottawa in the Know. I'm Julie Findlay, and my next guest has a wealth of knowledge because there's times where you might be looking for a new job. There's times where you might find yourself wanting to refresh and just sort of have a mindset of where you're moving next. Welcome, Michelle Schaefer.
Thank
Lovely
you.
Coaching. You're, career coach and coaching for yourself and others. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Thank you for having me, Julie.
Yeah.
So good to see you.
I would love to show off your book first to everybody at home.
Yes, absolutely.
This
Thank you.
Fantastic. Navigating
exciting.
transitions with purpose.
Absolutely.
It's a simple statement, but there's a wealth of knowledge in here.
You know, it's really interesting. I wrote this book because I've been restructured twice myself before I went into career coaching, and I really want to develop a roadmap for people to figure out, how do you figure out what your next steps are? How do you develop a plan to find your next job? How do you update your resume? And how do you network with others? All of that is in the book. And the really exciting thing about the book is it's a workbook too. You can actually make your notes and build your job search plan as you're reading chapter by chapter.
Yes, educator first comes right there. And we have
Exactly, yes.
So the first chapter is lucky number 46.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start there. What is that?
So for me, I figured out what I wanted to do when I grew up. When I was 46 years old. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I've been coaching for 10 years, and after having been restructured twice, it was interesting. A good friend of mine planted a seed with me a number of years ago saying, I never understood why you didn't get into coaching, and I was working at the time, but then when I was restructured for the second time, I remembered that planted seed, and I started exploring that. Did a lot of networking, and actually everything in the book is really the system that I followed to figure
your
out
journey.
that I wanted to be a coach. And, you know, we're in a time, I think, right now, Julie, where it's unusual for people to start in one place and retire in the same place. So now people are pivoting, they're detouring, they're trying different things. So my book is really geared for people who have been restructured and need to find work really fast. Also for those individuals who are gainfully employed, but maybe they're falling out of love with their work. Maybe there's been a lot of changes. They want to do something new, but they don't really know what that step is going to be and certainly how to find it. So my book really supports both categories of individuals.
Okay, so there is a lot of how to. If you find yourself, because it is a shocking experience to know that tomorrow your life looks different from the career that you just set yourself up
Exactly.
with. So what would you suggest to viewers that their first steps would be?
For sure. I mean, what I oftentimes see people do, and this is a big mistake, is just plunging into a job search. You know, just cascading your resume to a number of different organizations, but it's not focused. There's no plan. It's just resumes going to a lot of places that don't result in interviews. So the first thing I say to people is, take a breath, hit the pause button is what I call it, which is just take a step back, take stock of what's important to you, what's the kind of work that really does give you energy as compared to the work that drains you, what's the profile of the right organization for you in terms of the leader that you want to work with, the team, the mandate, the values, and also what are your non-negotiables? Like what are those things that are deal breakers that would cause you to walk away from an opportunity if they weren't there? And I like to think that everybody is entitled to find work, energizing work, for an organization that believes the same things that they believe in. And so taking stock of that is step number one.
Yeah, I think that should be step number one. That is fantastic because a lot of people don't have that confidence. So that idea that you're pushing pause to do just that allows you to take charge of you.
And what I see happen is a number of people don't take that opportunity. Like our careers, oftentimes they just flow. We move from position to position. Maybe we get a promotion. But it's rare for us to really take that step back. And I encourage people, I say, you don't have to wait for you to be in a job loss to actually do that kind of reflection. Do that reflection as you go into different stages of life because your career priorities will change that oftentimes mirror your life priorities. And what I'm seeing right now is certainly there's a number of people who are worried right now, like in the public sector, there's talks of cuts and reductions that might might be coming with the next budget. So people are starting to think about, well, what are those next steps? And so, my book certainly provides a plan, but the one thing I say to people is, don't just wait and see. Don't wait and wonder what's going to be happening with your job. Start reflecting on the things that are important to you now and start building out a plan to actually get you there.
And one thing you do talk about is networking is key. So tell folks at home, because it's not just connecting with your little people, or just tell us a little bit about
Absolutely.
What you
I mean, networking is that one thing that when I'm working with clients, oftentimes you see it's like the deer in the headlights look, and it creates anxiety and panic for some people. Like if they're not used to reaching out, asking for help, especially talking to people that they're not familiar with,
and plus they're coming
scary.
from a place of they don't have a job, so they feel like they have nothing to offer in the conversation.
Exactly.
But they're a professional because they have had the job.
Yes, exactly. So, really taking a look at, well, who in my circle could be helpful to me. I think we're part of a network. I mean, we met on the playground at school, and we're still connected now. But it's going back to all of those connections and thinking about what can I gain from spending some time with that person? Like people in our network can maybe connect us with other people at organizations that are of interest to us that might actually have jobs. And I like to think of it as something called looking through the network versus at it. Meaning each one of us knows hundreds of people.
Ottawa's the biggest small city.
Exactly. So if I were looking for work, I could go to somebody like you, for example, and say, Julie, can you connect me with somebody? But it's taking that step to ask that oftentimes is a roadblock for people.
If people want to connect, how can they connect?
They can go to me on my website. It's mschafercoaching.ca. You can book a complimentary call with me to explore your own job search strategy.
All that information's on the screen. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Julie.
Stay tuned for our next guest. See if we can talk.
Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV, Channel 22. I'm Ramon DeFranco. Are you a fan of the Disney movie Coco? I know I am. It's based on the Mexican holiday Day of the Dead. From October 31st to November 2nd, the Byward Market will host Ottawa's lively Day of the Dead festival. It's a colorful tribute to loved ones who have passed. Explore traditional crafts and cultural displays while enjoying the flavors of authentic Mexican food. Discover the rich history of Dia de los Muertos with live music, dancing, and more. This joyful celebration blends remembrance and community spirit, making it an experience for all ages. Visit dayofthedeadfestival.ca for details. To have your community news or events listed on our website, please go to rogerstv.com, click on events, and post your event. That's it.
Music and Beyond, one of Canada's most dynamic classical music festivals. From stirring symphonies to intimate chamber performances. Experience concert highlights filmed live in beautiful venues across Ottawa. It's more than music. It's art, literature, culture, and community, all coming together on one stage. Music and Beyond presents, only on Rogers TV.
You're invited to join us for an hour to give. Each week we talk about philanthropy, time, talent, and treasure. You'll learn about what's happening in your community. Join us then.
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
Welcome back to Ottawa in a Know. Our next guest knows courage firsthand. Paula Hall is the National Ambassador for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society of Canada, and she's here to share her personal story and journey with blood cancer leading up to Light the Night Ottawa. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. You have been a phenomenal advocate for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Tell us about your journey and how you got here.
Okay, so during the pandemic, we all remember that.
Yes.
I was experiencing some pain in my back that hadn't quite materialized until my son was born, and when he was around 30 days old, I lost the ability to walk independently.
Yeah.
And after going to the Civic, it turned out I had a large tumor that had broken my spine and compressed my spinal cord, which was causing the numbness. And it turned out to be aggressive stage 4 diffuse large B-cell lymphoma, so a blood cancer.
Wow. Thank you for being on our show.
Oh,
it's so nice
it's my
to
pleasure.
see you. Yeah, that is a journey in itself. So you definitely have done so well. You've had moments of courage, and you had an opportunity to write a book through all of this. Tell us a bit about that.
So part of my journey as an ambassador for leukemia and lymphoma is also volunteering with a program called Peer Connections. And Peer Connections is a program whereby mentors or volunteers, such as myself, who have lived experience with blood cancer, are connected with somebody, typically in the same age demographic, situation, and type of cancer and type of treatment. So the program is really personalized to that demographic. So a lot of the people I support and mentor in that program are new parents or new mothers.
Yeah.
And I recall when I first found out I had cancer, I Googled cancer and being a mom, like how to manage it, what resources were out there. And there was nothing specific to new parents or parents really trying to manage their diagnosis and all the responsibilities that still exist even when you're sick.
Yeah.
So that part of the reason I wrote the book was so folks would have a resource. So
Yes.
people like me would have a resource, but also for the people in the Peer Connections program, they all ask about the same stuff.
Yeah.
They ask about treatment and
Yeah.
impacts. Everyone talks about losing their hair. That's a very
Yes,
common
yeah.
piece.
Yeah.
So I think my hope for the book is, when you find out somebody you love faces adversity, whether it's cancer or a different diagnosis or, a difficult thing that happens in their life, they can turn to this as a resource to really help navigate them and hopefully to be seen and to be heard and to be felt through their experience.
Yeah, which is something that is fantastic because that's the conversations people really want to have and they don't know how to ask and where to start. I think one of your chapters you said was something about lasagna. Yeah, let's tell everybody about this. I think everybody will resonate with this.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
So, yes, one of my chapters is titled Cancer Smells Like Lasagna. And those of us who have had, significant life events and are lucky enough to have support from others in our lives, whether it's family or neighbors, our community, they often turn to food to provide support to you because people want to do something. They need to do something and they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so in the first month of my diagnosis, we had delivered 11 lasagnas by different people.
Yeah.
And so, at first, you're grateful and you're eating through it. And I said by the 8th or 9th lasagna, I just couldn't. I was starting to have a traumatic response to lasagna. But it's more about the gratitude you experience in all of these supports and gifts, but more so the complexity of managing such generosity. And for me, I was bombarded with goodwill and kindness and all kinds of beautiful things. But as somebody deep into cancer and fear, I didn't know if I'd live long enough to eat the lasagnas.
Yeah.
And so part of me felt a bit agitated, receiving all these gifts and feeling like, what if I never get to pay these people back?
Yeah, and I'm so glad you get a chance to write that in the book because that is really what the upcoming event is about as well, is gathering. So Light the Night Ottawa is coming up this November. Just tell us a little bit about that, who will be there and how we can support.
So, yes, our big event for Leukemia Lymphoma Society of Canada is the Light the Night fundraiser. This year it's being held at the Ottawa War Museum, and it starts at 5:30. We bring community together, and it's not just folks who have cancer themselves or, have survived a cancer, but it's also about support from their caregivers or loved ones or the community, and also the event highlights those who have lost a loved one to blood cancer. And it's a great event. It's very touching, and we do pretty well in terms of turnout because it's such a beautiful event.
Tell us a bit about the beauty and about your team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a team that I started a number of years ago. It's called Brilliant Buffalo. So this is
let me hold that up. This is lovely.
This is actually for you. So,
oh, thank you. Yes. Oh, I will wear this with, oh my goodness.
Yeah. So our team, based on the quote on the back of the shirt, that is from a really incredible person who talks about, charging the storm. And the quote is, "Cows run away from the storm while the buffalo charges towards it and gets through it quicker. Whenever I'm confronted with a tough challenge, I do not prolong the torment, I become the buffalo."
Wow.
And so my team is really about, we're here, we have to deal with it, and let's just, face the storm head on.
Yeah.
So we just hit $50,000 for 3 years from my friends and family team.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
And that's, of course, because of support of how you've shared your journey with everyone else. And how can everyone find out information about the event of Light Ottawa?
Okay, so if you just Google Light the Night Ottawa, you'll see we have a page here where you can sign up yourself, you can join a team, you can join my team if you look up Brilliant Buffalo, and you can also just make a donation or a small contribution.
That's perfect. Yeah, thank you so much, Paula Hall. Thank you for sharing everything. Everyone, stay tuned for being in the know of what's up with country in Ottawa.
Hello, I'm Liz Dowdswell, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. In 2008, carbon monoxide, a deadly invisible gas, killed an entire family in our province. That tragedy led to a new law requiring homes with potential CO sources to have alarms. John Gignac's family members passed away that day, and he shares his story to save others.
Please make sure you have working CO alarms in your home. Protect your family today.
Join me, holistic chef Daniela Croco, for season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef, right here on Rogers TV.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
There are thousands of reasons to support BGC Ottawa. The club provides a safe place where all kids and teens can experience new opportunities, overcome barriers, and develop confidence. But the best reasons? 85% of club members say they're better prepared to do well in life. 93% of kids receive the help they need with their homework. And 97% feel safe. As the club's Chief Programs Officer, I'm living proof that BGC Ottawa changes lives. Learn how at bgcottawa.org.
If you're looking for straightforward recipes that are surefire crowd pleasers and really delicious, I hope you'll tune in to season 5 of my show, Paula Roy's Favorite Foods on Rogers TV. There's everything from mouth-watering salads to delicious make-ahead meals, lots of baking, even some pickles, and I'm sure there's something for everyone in this season's lineup. I'll offer some ideas to help make your time in the kitchen more effective and fun, and perhaps you'll even watch it with your whole family.
Welcome back to Ottawa in the Know. I'm Julie Findlay, and our next guest keeps your afternoons full of music and conversation. Please welcome Monica from the Afternoon Drive on Country 101. She's actually here to keep Ottawa in the know.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, thank you for coming on. I can't keep up, so I was like, I'm just bringing the expert on. This is fantastic.
Well, that's nice to know. I'm an expert in something.
Yes, very much so.
My husband would say I'm an expert at being a bit of a tornado, but it's good to know I'm an...
As long as you can get everything out there in that tornado.
Right?
Yeah, so Ottawa's going to be busy.
It is, and it's such an interesting time of year because a lot of people just assume that, hey, it's fall, it's going to start to slow down, and that's not the case. And in fact, I mean, we have a whole bunch of shows, and then shows are now being announced into 2026, which is really, really exciting.
Wow.
But this coming weekend on Sunday, Dasha is going to be at the Bronson Center, so you can expect a little like classic country with a bit of a pop feel. She's definitely one of those feel-good artists, and she's a whole lot of fun. And she, like her biggest hit, Dasha, I'm sure she's Austin is the name of her hit. She's going to be performing that one, I'm sure.
Are you going?
I'm going to be at that show.
Okay,
I'm going to be at that show and looking forward to seeing it. It's not sold out as of yet, and so looking forward to. I haven't seen Dasha. I'm obviously familiar with her music, but it's great that she is doing this tour, and she's touring around different cities throughout Canada right now, and she'll be making that stop in Ottawa at the Bronson, which is a great venue if people have never been.
Yeah, tell people at home a little bit about the Bronson venue.
Yeah, it's just like, I remember the first time I was there was to see Chase Beckham. And Chase Beckham actually won American Idol a couple seasons ago, and it was just so fantastic to be in there. And it's just one of those venues, like they do provide seating for certain shows, but that wasn't one of them. Everyone was standing, dancing, having a great time, which it's just like a little bit more of a laid back atmosphere that I find. It reminds me of like a club.
I was just going to say, or like your high school gym with like a little bit more added to it.
And
like
great sound as well. So looking forward to Dasha this coming Sunday. Now on the 26th, Darius Rucker. So Darius Rucker, a lot of people might remember him from Hootie and the Blowfish, which he still gets together with the band to perform.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does. Actually, what they did was Scotty McCreery, who's a country artist, they teamed up with Hootie and the Blowfish this past summer, and they did a song called Bottle Rocket. And it was a huge hit.
Oh,
yeah, big hit. It was great because how they blended Scotty's new song and then brought in like a classic throwback from Hootie and the Blowfish. And so it was just like a nostalgia. Like I remember the first time hearing it on the radio, and I just like those goosebumps. Get goosebumps now talking about it because it was just like, I totally remember listening to that song as a teenager and like hanging out with my friend. It was just like the perfect blend.
Yeah.
So he's going to be in Ottawa coming up on the 26th. Taylor Braden's going to be opening up for him.
Oh, nice.
He's one to watch.
Yeah.
He's definitely climbing up the charts, especially in the States, but he's definitely an artist to be keeping an eye out. But with Darius, he's so busy. So he has the day after he's in Ottawa, he's releasing his country album.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, not country album, it's just a Christmas album.
Okay.
That's what I meant to get to.
I heard Christmas.
Yes, he's really, so he's releasing his Christmas album. Sheryl Crow does a duet with him on it. He's going to do a couple of like classic Christmas songs.
I feel like anybody would do a duet with him.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, like, I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah,
because it's just
going to be fantastic. And he's doing some of the classics, isn't he?
He is going to be doing some of the classics, and then he's going to have some new stuff on that album as well.
Yeah.
And so that's coming out on October 27th. So the day after, he's right here in Ottawa, which will be great.
And he's at the, where is he in Ottawa?
Canadian Tire Center.
Okay,
yes,
perfect.
Yeah.
And we're getting better with getting the back and forth, the trains, the buses are getting there. We're good to go.
Yeah. It's great to have that ability to get in that way because it can get quite busy at the Canadian Tire Center.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and congratulations, by the way, while we're talking about Darius, he recently got engaged to his girlfriend, Emily.
That is so nice. Will we see her maybe on?
I don't know. She's quite signed up for that part of it.
Okay, fair enough. I feel like you know a lot more of the insides of these artists than we do. So, tell us a little bit something that you know that we might not know.
Oh, gee, I'm just trying to think now. That's really putting me on the spot. Well, like I said, that they're getting engaged, and like just from the pictures that were up, like he's even said like this is the happiest that he's ever been, and pretty much from the moment that he met Emily, like he knew that she was going to be somebody special, and to like. Okay, he's taken that step to propose is just really neat. And just looking forward to his country album coming in. Sorry, I keep saying country. He is country.
Well, he is country, but
Christmas. You know what? That's the thing. It's just like we're in the middle of October and we're getting these releases for Christmas. And it's like, I think we're kind of in denial a little.
Yes.
a little bit because, oh no, the holiday season is almost here.
Yeah.
But yes, so we're going to start to get a lot more Christmas albums. Lady A is releasing their second Christmas album as well. Let's see. see. There was also Brad Paisley has who's coming to Ottawa on December 13th, by the way.
I was just going to ask you, let's get into December.
Yeah, he's going to be here at the Canadian Tire Centre. If you've never seen Brad Paisley before, you are missing out. He is charismatic. He can play the guitar. Just watching him play the guitar, it's just, I'm always in awe. I've probably seen him about, I think about 7-8 times now.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's the best place you've seen him?
Oh, gosh. It'd actually have to be Darien Lake, and this is why I saw him for the very first.
Darien Lake.
Yeah, and the reason I'm saying this was because we got really lucky, and we had like front of the stage, like standing seats for that one. We had, I don't know how, my now husband, at the time he was my boyfriend, how he got these tickets, but it was just like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. Yeah, and he was just amazing. But he's never disappointed. He's always been great, and he's one of those artists that he's just a nice guy. Did have, I don't want to like brag, but I did get to meet him quite a while ago.
When you brag, because then you just know more about it and you get us more excited.
He's just one of these, you know, especially when you go into sometimes some of these meet and greets, they're just like ushering you in and out.
Yeah.
And that time I actually had broken my baby toe and I was in an air cast, and you could say he kind of like felt a little bad, like hear him standing waiting to meet him.
Yeah.
And so they were like trying to usher us through this line, and he actually like took a moment to like, let's have a little bit of a conversation, which I really appreciated, because
don't pull out that air cast again. Just
never again. Let me tell you, if I don't have to ever be in an air cast, I'm not going to be in an air cast again.
But that's a good one for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Coming into the new year, because now that you're saying that and you're saying holidays, it's probably a good time for people to purchase tickets for others. So what shows do we have looking forward to?
Right now, I mean, Josh Ross is coming up. He's coming up in February. He's going to be at the Hard Rock.
Yeah.
We also have, if you can get your hands right now, we're in a pre-sale for Luke Combs for Ottawa and Toronto. Those are the only dates, I believe, Canada-wise, that they've announced.
Really?
And you know, that's the great thing about Ottawa. I mean, yes, we'd obviously love for him to come to Ottawa, and he was here at Blues Fest a couple of years back. But as they get bigger and they need those bigger venues, it's like Ottawa's still like, you still can make that trip to Montreal or make that trip to Toronto.
Yeah.
So that pre-sale's going on this week. We're actually giving our listeners a chance to win tickets.
Oh,
yeah.
How do we
listen for Luke Combs? As soon as you hear him on Country 101.1, text the word Luke to 269-269 and potentially win tickets.
Oh, so your name goes in the hat, and when does the draw happen?
It's going to be happening next Monday, so somebody's going to win tickets.
We still have some time.
Lots of time, all throughout the weekend. This is not like a Monday to Friday contest. Be listening on Saturday and Sunday as well.
And that's why I asked you where your favorite show was, because sometimes we have these small venues. I remember seeing Dave Matthews on Bank Street at...
really?
Why is it escaping me? Like Icon place that shut down that should still be open.
Yeah. I'm still new to it.
Sorry, everyone at home.
You know what's going to happen? You're going to figure it out. The moment that camera's off, you're going to be like, oh.
Okay. I know I only get you on here once in a while. If people at home want to follow you and listen to you, tell viewers what
they can listen on the Seeker app. You can check out Country 101.1, or you can just follow us on Instagram as well, Country 101.1, TikTok, Facebook, and that's where you can get your daily scoop, of all your country news as well.
And so you have a little daily scoop ready for us? You can give us a hint what you're doing this afternoon?
I'm going to be talking about Brad Paisley's brand new Christmas album that you can get your pre-order in. So that will be something that I'm going to be talking about this afternoon.
You know what? I love having you on. I love your energy of country. Everyone at home, join the afternoons with Monica on Country 101. And make sure you're listening for Luke Combs so you can get Homes.
You got it.
Yeah, exactly. The tickets. Thanks for joining me at Ottawa in the Know. We'll see you next time. It's always lovely to have guests join me. If you know of anybody else who'd like to join the show, please tell them to reach out. We love to highlight all the best people and places in Ottawa.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
My name is Cara, and I'm here with my friends Shane and Monique, and we're getting ready for season 2 of the Fitness Fashion on Rogers TV. Join us right here.
I don't mean to alarm you, but I think there might be a ghost in this house. Welcome to Halloween Baking Championship.
Baking in a competition like this is scary.
The ghosts are trying to sabotage me. Burns. Gold.
You're a ghost. Halloween Baking Championship on Food Network.